Hi, this is Matt with Inmate Search Info. Today we're going to be looking at how to find Virginia inmates. The Virginia Department of Corrections offers a searchable database of current inmates. You can search by a couple of different ways. You can search by a name, that's a first name and last name, or just a first initial and last name. Or if you happen to have a Virginia Department of Corrections offender ID number, you can enter that in and get taken directly to the results you're looking for. More commonly, people are searching by name, and one thing Virginia allows you to do is to narrow down your results a little bit. So you can add in a middle name, you can add in an alias, you can add in an age range, sex, and race. If you happen to know the location where your particular possible inmate is, you can pick the location, though if you're doing this kind of search, you probably don't have that info. They also have information based on release date. Again, may not be something that you know off the top of your head, but at least they offer it. So we'll go ahead and do a search based on name just so we can see what kind of results we get. We'll pick something very general. Okay, so I've popped the name in here, Michael Smith, and we'll see what kind of results we get. I'm not going to bother with all these other things because there aren't too many results for this one. All right, so they sort it all out by name, and obviously first and last name are going to be the same across the board. So they basically alphabetize it based on the middle name in this case. So we see our list here. Aren't too many, even though it's a very common name, because it doesn't include historical information like some sites do, like some other inmate sites or Department of Corrections sites do. It's just current inmates. We're able to see the full name, age, race, sex, alias if it's available. One thing I'm not clear on as far as Virginia goes is whether they include aliases or not. If you do the search, I would presume that you have to have the proper legal name, but it's difficult to say for sure. Your results may vary. Hopefully, if you have the legal name, you won't run into that issue. My guess is you probably have to have the legal name or the given name in order to get results. That's just a guess. Now, this is basically it. Now, normally we get a results page like this, and then you click on something to get taken to kind of a full personnel page, but this is literally all that Virginia gives you. The full name, these kind of basic demographic info, the offender ID number, which may be helpful if you're trying to book something like visitation or something like that, the location, where they are, and then a release date. And then they do have this option to send money to them if you know for sure who you're sending it to, but there's no way to know 100% here. So it is extremely limited. Again, we've got a couple of Michael Smiths around the same age. You know, you kind of have to know a little bit more about them than ordinary. If it is a relative, of course, I'm sure this info would be enough, but you may want to contact the facility itself just to make sure before you send any money to anybody, I would say. The unfortunate part is that they don't actually give you a link to the correctional center that's located somewhere else. We do have information on contacting these various facilities on our page, which you can find in the description below for Virginia. So if you want to call them to find out what's going on or how to get in touch with someone, or to make sure that the person you want to get in touch with is actually the person you're looking for, that may be of use to you. Now, one other thing I do want to mention in regards to trying to find someone in Virginia is that although there isn't a lot of information on this page in terms of identifying who the actual Michael Smith in this case might be that you're looking for, there is one other kind of search that Virginia offers, and we have a link to this again on our page, and that's the Virginia Sex Offender Registry search. And one unique thing about this, first of all, if you're looking for someone who may not be in prison, you can do a general search and kind of find out where they are. And oftentimes this kind of search will extend beyond just Virginia into other states as well. So something to keep in mind. But if you are looking for someone that you're quite certain is imprisoned, and if they happen to fall into this category, you are able to do this search. If you check out this part on the bottom here, if you click on the incarcerated offenders only, then you will be able to find out some more information on the specific person that you are looking for or maybe looking for in prison. So enter the name, click incarcerated offenders only, and we see we get a couple of different results here. So we're, again, we have 2 there. There are quite a few here. If you actually click on the photo, which you do have now, which makes it obviously easier for identification purposes, we see this is a Michael S. Smith, and that sort of matches perhaps this Michael S. Smith, and this person is 65. we should have an age, 65 there. So we've kind of been able to identify this particular Michael Smith. And, again, that's only going to be very situational in terms of who you might be looking for and what they might be in for, but just another kind of workaround to give you a little more info and maybe a little more to go on, or even just people to eliminate from your search based on what you get from this page. So like I say, we do have a link to that and some other info on that kind of searching on our page. So hopefully that's been helpful. Again, Virginia kind of limits you a little bit. You're not going to get that historic information. So if you're trying to do a background check, if you want to find someone who maybe isn't in the system currently, who's not listed here, or if you're just not sure you found the right person, even if you do find them on the page here, give a regular background check a try, because that might give you a little more information. It'll connect them to some other people that you may know or who you know are associated with them, and that will really help you with narrowing it down and getting in touch, or just getting some more information about someone you might be interested in. Again, I hope that's been helpful. Please be sure to check out our link to Virginia below with the directory so you can find these facilities, get in touch with them, and also get step-by-step instructions on what we talked about today. Thanks so much for watching.